Alright guys, so excuse the background, but this is the only place where I can find something to hold my camera. So, quick summary so far of this like crazy experience to get to Disney. So we left Houston at 2 o'clock because we had a flight at 4. Took an Uber, we got to the airport. Luckily there was no problems. We just got on the plane. However, the night before I realized that I had booked our flights to Fort Lauderdale thinking that Orlando was like 30 minutes away. I was like, it's right there, Disney's right there, like no problem, we could Uber there. Turns out it's 3+ hour drive, and we only found out the night before, so we're like, oh my gosh. I tried to rebook my flights through Spirit. It was too last minute. There was all the stuff that was like worth it was sold out. There was another one that was like a 10-hour flight with like 2 different layovers to go to Orlando, and I was like, let's just rent a car. So right off to the start, not, you know, already kind of like disturbance to the trip. So we rented a car. I rented a car, and I just googled, you know, like Fort Lauderdale airport car rental, and the first one that popped up, obviously the cheapest one, called easyrent.com. I booked a car from Friday till Monday, which is like we're only here for 3-ish days. So book a car, seems easy. We get to the airport, we go look for the signs that say, you know, car rental place. So we take a shuttle, we head over there, but before we even get in the shuttle, we're waiting there for like 30+ minutes, probably like 40 minutes, because the first shuttle that came in, they were only taking 12 people, and everybody was like rushing through the doors, and you know, Tim and I aren't rude, so we just like, you know, stood back a little bit, let people go in, like, okay, these, whatever, just let these people go through. Then the guy stops us and is like, oh, just 12 people per bus. All right, so we wait for the next one. Again, people started like rushing through it, and this time we're like, no, we already waited for one, so like we try to get in. Now, what I thought was pretty dumb is like all of these people just came out of a plane from somewhere where we were all stuck together, basically on top of each other on a plane, germs everywhere. We probably all have COVID at this point, but if you want to get on the bus, we're all gonna social distance all of a sudden. So I was just pissed, like, gosh, we just want to get to this freaking car rental now. Like, it's like 9:30, it's already been an hour, we haven't even got to the car yet. So then we get to the car rental place, and there is Avis, National, Hertz, like all your typical car rental places. And everybody's getting off the bus and going to their car rental. So I started looking through my reservations, and it's called Easy Rent. And I'm like, it must be a broker. Like, it must be one of those sites that don't actually have a store, but then like it ends up being Hertz or ends up being something else. Turns out it wasn't even at the airport. So I'm like trying to call. Of course, like, it takes forever to get people to get back to you. So then I asked someone at Hertz, and he laughs at me like, what an idiot. He's like, oh, you're gonna have to leave the airport and like go over there. There's a bus, there's some shuttles later that pass, you know, every like 30 minutes. They'll take you to Easy Rent. I'm like, what do you mean they'll take me to Easy Rent? I thought Easy Rent was here. And he's like, no, like you probably have to. And what pissed me off is it literally said Fort Lauderdale Airport. Like, there's nowhere on there that says like off the airport, you need to drive, like nothing. I was like just so convinced that it was there. So whatever, so we're like, fuck. At this point, Tim's like has given up. So it's like 10 o'clock at night. We are waiting for the shuttle. A million freaking buses pass by. We're like, is this for Easy Rent? Nope. Finally. So Tim wants to kill me because this trip is already not going the way we wanted to. I booked a car rental because obviously we flew to Fort Lauderdale instead of flying to Orlando by mistake. And the freaking rental car place that I thought, when I googled, you know, Fort Lauderdale Airport rental car, I just booked the first thing that I saw because we were in a rush last night. Turns out that the car rental is not even at the airport. It's like 10 minutes away. So now we're waiting for a shuttle and for a bus, and it's almost 9 o'clock at night, and we're already like super tired from the day. We just want to start driving because it's gonna be 3 hours to get to Disney. so far it's been shit, but we'll take it. Up, and I wanted to bitch so badly, but he was all like happy. You remember? He like shows up, he's like, hello everybody, get in the truck, with like loud music on. He's like, da, 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 like having a great time. I'm just like, I'm just not gonna ruin this guy's night. I'm just gonna bitch him out and be like, where the fuck were you for like an hour?
That was not the accent. He was definitely Mexican, not Arab.
Well, that's why I said, hello everybody, get in.
That's not how Mexicans talk.
I don't know, man. Anyways, he's Latino, like me, and I thought that's how we talk. So anyways, we get in. There's another couple. They've also been waiting for the longest time, like the weirdest couple ever. Tim and I were like texting each other about the couple, like, they're pretty weird. Do these two people go together? Anyways, we were just bored, so like our minds were going somewhere else. At this point, it's like 10:30 and now we're like, we just need to get to freaking Disney at this point. We still have like a 3+ hour drive. Our energies are like dead. We've been like traveling, what, like 12 hours at this point. So we get to the easy rent spot. It was maybe like 10 minutes away, outside of the airport. And we get in, and this place is like ghetto AF. Like, a little bit of videos. I was just trying to be really subtle because this is the kind of place where you would get shot if I like filmed someone the wrong way, you know? And so we get in, and there's like people just like waiting there, like, you know, like pissed. And I'm like, oh god, did they not have cars? Like, this is all we're missing. Like, I was already going through my head. I'm like, Tim, check how much it costs for an Uber from here to like Disney. And I was like, what, like about $300. Anyway, so we're waiting there. The people who work there didn't give a shit. Like, you could tell that they were like, I don't get paid enough to be here, you know, like taking their sweet ass time. There was like 3 people in front of us. Also, like, I wish I could have taken more videos, but the people there were like, where are we? Like, we were in the middle of like the ghetto of the ghettoest like car rental I've ever seen in my life. Like, people there were just like I don't even know what people were wearing. Like, people must have just like left the strip club and like came to rent a car all of a sudden. Like, it was people wearing like tiny dresses, like skimpy outfits. Anyways, it was just like, Tim and I like were like, we do not belong here. So we're just waiting. We're like, gosh, please just have a car, because I was like, sure, I'm like, this is gonna take a dark turn and we're just not gonna have a car, and we're gonna have to Uber, or we're gonna have to figure something out. Finally, the guy gets us a car. So now it's like, no, I think it was like 10:30. Sorry, my time's on it wrong. It's like 10:30 now. He finally gets us a car, which is not a bad car. I was like, for sure they're gonna give us like this piece of shit car that's not gonna work. And it was like a Nissan, like a pretty nice one. I'll insert a video here, you'll see anyways. So we get on the road. I look, empty. The car's on empty. There's no fuel. If our day couldn't get worse, it's now 9:49. We just got the car, and they give it to us on empty. So we had to drive for about 15 minutes because we couldn't find a freaking, you know, gas station. I'm sorry, I'm tired. And we're finally here. We haven't even started the trip to Disney, and it's just shit so far. But whatever, we'll make this work. So 9:50. Let's see what time we get there at. As soon as we left the parking spot, so I'm like, gosh. So then we need to find a gas station. So we get on the highway, and we're trying to find a gas station. But like, these Florida highways, like, I've never driven in Florida before. It's just like these big highways with tolls, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we can't find a gas station. I was freaking out that we were gonna just run out of gas within like 10 minutes, because I just wasn't sure how long that like flashing sign's been going on. So we finally, Tim finds a spot. He's like, okay, exit, exit. There's a gas station like 10 minutes away. So we exit, we go through it. Again, like, I don't know what parts of Florida we were in, but it was just like scary. Like, we were like, I don't want to get out of this gas station. And as we're going through to even get to the gas station, I'm like cruising pretty fast through these like little streets. And Tim's like, there's a cop. And the cop was like hidden in the bush. And I thought there was someone walking, so I thought I was gonna hit someone, because he like was just like, oh my god, there's a cop. So I like slammed down my brakes super hard. We like brake like idiots right in front of the cop, like, and I'm like, and then we just keep cruising. He's like, the cop's there, and like, we just keep cruising. I'm like, oh, please don't stop us. Guy didn't even, I think the guy was sleeping for sure in his truck. So then we keep going because we passed him, and Tim's like, my GPS is saying it's the other way. We gotta go back through and pass right straight through the cop again. I'm like, fuck. So we do a U-turn, we go. Now weirdly, as we're going, and this is like pitch dark, like this is like now almost 11 o'clock at night, we still are nowhere near the highway or even gas station. And my beams start flashing like crazy, like by itself. Like, I don't know, it's like an automated thing for like if it's really dark and it catches something, it'll go on the high beams. Kept doing it right as we're crossing the cop. We're like high flashing this cop, and I'm like, fuck, okay, this is, he must have been like, these crazy people just passed me. Now they're coming back, they're like flashing their lights like psychopaths. For sure he's gonna stop us. We keep going, the guy doesn't stop us. 100% was sleeping. So we finally get to the gas station, we fill up, and we get on the road. And then it took us like, for sure, like three hours and like 20 minutes or so to get here. We got here almost at 2 o'clock in the morning. We're tired.
But excited.
It's like 1:30 in the morning. We've been traveling for what, like 10 plus hours since we left our house at 2 o'clock, and it's almost 2 a.m. so. But we're here, we're staying at the Swan Resort, and we'll show you guys, we'll give you a nice review, but we're gonna go to bed.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yep, we're so excited. So, it's just been crazy, but we're finally here, and we're super excited, and we had a really good night's sleep because this bed was like 10 on 10. And yeah, so far, pretty crazy night. However, I am to blame. Come on, like who the hell rents at easyrent.com when you have like companies like Hertz that where you just know you're gonna get a nice car and it's gonna be at the airport. But yeah, oh, and also Tim was super pissed because I brought sausages in my backpack. I brought tons of food, which I'll show you guys because I don't travel without food, and the sausage just like leaked everywhere. And then I put blueberries, like a big pack of blueberries, in the luggage, and like hummus and all this shit, and that shit exploded all over the place. So at 2 a.m. Tim was like opening the luggage and going through his clothes, and there was like blueberry stains all over the place. And do you have anything to say?
I mean, I'm a little bit used to it with you. It's frustrating, but I'm used to it. This is not my first rodeo. So.
You were like, you knew that this was gonna happen. In other words,
it wasn't even Easy Rent. It was something else. It was like,
it was easyrent.com.
Oh yeah, but because there's another Easy Rent that people probably know, but this is like an Easy Rent spelled differently.
Oh no, this was like a trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people running this place were ghetto.
Because there's an Easy.
No, this is EISI Rent. I'm gonna write it down here for people.
Yeah. Anyways, and then they said it was like 2 minutes away, and it was really more like a 5-10 minute drive.
Yeah, it was about 10 minutes drive.
Yeah.
And then we get there, and the people just didn't give a shit.
Oh yeah, we're in this pretty rough neighborhood, right? Like you wouldn't want to walk around there.
No.
No.
Oh no, we'd get shot.
We saw some pretty interesting things inside of the car rental place. But yeah, no, we're here. We're gonna make a good day of it. I'm excited.
Yep. So we're leaving. See you guys.